All right, there we go. All right, how's everybody going tonight? Let's take a look here. This is a pretty crazy market time right here. We've had tons of fun sideways. This is an hour chart I got pulled up right here. So I do have the hour chart pulled up. I just kind of running through the time frames, seeing where everything was at, and And one thing is, let me get down here to the 12 hour. I think it's a 12 hour. And nope. Six-hour. There it is. It's the daily. Sorry. Put that back. We're going to get over here in just 1 second. All right, let's get up to the daily. All right. Oh, man, I had to get a messy chart, too. Let me find a little bit cleaner chart so we can get going here pretty quick. Sorry for completely not being ready. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Here's a great chart. All right. So got a nice fresh chart right here. So this is kind of what I'm seeing right now that's going on. So if you come over here, you take a look at the daily chart. I am seeing this setup right here. I got this. I got this. Yeah, let's do, how's that? Yeah, sort of, kind of. Real close there. There we go. So here's what I am seeing right here. I'm seeing a massive ascending wedge. I'll bring this down. There we go. So as you can see, this is kind of the pattern I'm seeing right here. Right? So you've got an ascending wedge, clearly an ascending wedge, coming down in a bull market. I'm sorry, bear market. So coming down into a bear market. And this is kind of what I see right here, you know. This, if you were to, I mean, I hate to use Elliott wave, but you know, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, you know, drop down, 1 2 3, making its way back up. So this would have been A, B, C. Hold on a second. Yep. All right. Wait. And down. Would this be A, B, C, D going up on the E wave now? So you see how this comes down here, right here? So you're coming down right there. A, B, C, D going up onto the E wave now. Seeing how far. Now, you all know that the E wave is the failure wave. It does not have to make it all the way up to the top here. I've always said that the E wave is the failure wave. And the other thing is that, you know, looking at this chart right here, this is, you know, this is very, very, stands out a lot to me right now. That is what that pattern is. I'm just going to save this right here for our members. And so let's take this, let's bring this over to the 3-day chart. Now on the 3-day chart, you know, kind of still works out. You know, you kind of still see the same thing in there with the 3-day chart. So it's still playing out. You know, you had the long down, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. So this is still looking like the same formation. You go over to the come on over here to the 12-hour chart, and let's see here. Yeah, same. Yep, same thing. Look at that. This is even better. The 12-hour chart shows it a little bit more definition in here. You see it a little bit better. It plays out better. You know, so as you see it come down, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then fall again 1, 2, 3, and it's trying to go climb back up the E wave. This is what I'm seeing right here. It's hard not to see this pattern. And then if you go over to the daily, you know, what I see on the daily here is it is creating a flag within a flag, or a symmetrical triangle within the larger ascending triangles like this. So you see that right there. So it is creating this a secondary. Now remember, this should be an E wave, so this should come up. Sometimes what I do is I see these, they kind of fail and then they bounce off and they come up and they fail again, and then they finally just kind of break through. It's almost like a ball bouncing, kind of loses momentum and then it falls through here. So this is something I would be watching out for. Now we are on a red 6 on the daily. It would possibly, this is possible to flip this. It is possible to flip this to a green 1. You know, there just has not been any volume. That's, you know, that's another issue we got here. I mean, we just haven't seen any volume play out for just weeks now. So, if not months. I mean, look at the volume. This is just, you know, there's no substantial volume here at all. I'm not seeing any volume. I'm not seeing, and I believe that someone had said the other day that the BTC market cap was at 43% for Bitcoin, which is really, really high. So that's actually substantially high. Yeah, and let's take a look at the 12-hour. 12-hour gave us a 9, which is a bullish 9. This is not a perfected 9. This is an imperfected 9 because it is higher. It did end out at a big, giant spinning top, which is a trend reversal candle, sort of, but you want to see this at the bottom. You don't want to see this up here. So this was more of a neutral. This ended up a very neutral setup, and just kind of chilling out right here. If you guys do remember on the 4-hour, I think if you guys remember on the 4-hour, I called out this double doji right here. This was what was this, a couple days ago, and I had on my charts, watch out, this thing's gonna pop, and then sure enough it popped. But boy, that was vicious. That was ugly. And when it comes down here, this is what I've been seeing. I say, listen, this is snap all of the snap the longs, snap the shorts, snap the longs again, snap the shorts. I mean, this is just a vicious trading game right here for anybody using a lot of leverage and trying to sit in these trades and make a substantial trade. Anything other than scalping in here is just getting wiped off the map every single time. You just can't set your stop losses, you know, 200-300 points loose. And if you're, you know, I mean, you got to have some serious, like my stop loss is set all the way up here. I did lower it down. So I did lower my stop loss down. I haven't even checked it. I'm going to have to go in here and take a look. I think I came down to the top of this candle right here is where I lowered my stop loss down to. So I said, if I get taken out, I get taken out. I still am expecting this to drop down. Like I said, this is looking like a... So there's a big picture right there. So now we are on a 6 on the 4-hour chart. You know, you can see this cruise up. So like this. You know, I still think that, you know, this is going to come up, possibly get a 9, and then just start to tank out real quick. Let's go look at our 6-hour chart. 6-hour charts, you know, not giving us anything. There's no strong indicator of a turnaround the 6-hour. Nothing on the, you know, just like I said. So when I do count these candles, I would count this as a green 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would actually count this as a green 6 on the 12-hour with 3 more candles to go before it would drop out. So before I'd see what I would consider more of a perfected fall out of this. So there is time to go. Now, in this ascending triangle, you have a lot of range here. You know, this can go up 6,500, 6,400. Now, it's just gets real tough getting up over the 6,400 range once you start to throw all your MAs on there. And let's go over here. So we're going to pull up the 12-hour. Let's look at all of our MAs. Let's peel off all this. All right. So we did the triangle of doom. So the triangle of doom did occur. It did happen. Now we have the 30 trying to roll over. We have pierced the 7 MA. So the bears have done. This is good. You know, for the bears to get back up over the 7, that is a good thing. Excuse me. Because you see historically, when the triangle of doom does happen, you know, there you see they got up through the 7. It's the 30. You know, we're waiting for this 30 to roll back over is what I'm doing. So I'm waiting to see this 30 roll back over on the 50. It should happen pretty quickly here. So this rollover should be pretty quick. You've got a lot of resistance up here, 6360, 6400. There's still a lot of resistance on the top side. There you go. So you did have this death cross. You are on a red 6. This looks like just the most perfect rising wedge right here. I mean, this little rising wedge right here is just picture perfect. These wicks are just totally aligned. It's kind of cool to see that. I did want to say that on the we are nearing the end of the week, so I am waiting for this weekly candle to close out. The 3-day candle just closed out. You know, when this candle closed out, I mean, this is a good candle. This is a good bullish candle. I would have looked at this as a very bullish candle. I would have liked to see this candle form out and then us start a little higher like this. See how this candle formed out? And then you got a clear reversal. This looked good. This nice hanging man right here. So you got a hammer. The hammer is a red 1. This did start out as a red 2, trading below a red 1. I didn't get excited about it. I don't like this candle if you're in a short trade. This candle does not give me warm fuzzies. This makes me feel better in a long trade, if anything. So henceforth, why when I look at my chart, over here you go back to the ascending triangle. You know, I see a little push up. I see some more little pushing action here, and then just tanking off and dying. I can draw that on there, just something where I would, you know, just kind of bunk like that. So I could totally see something like that happening there. That would, yeah, that's something like that's about right. I'm trying to line this up. I just want to line this kind of up with my MAs and everything like that. You'd have to line that up with your moving averages as they're up here. So here you see you got 60, 6,400. You've got this moving average. Not seeing any crosses on the 3-day. I'm seeing my support at 5,400 still, which would be my next target if this did fall out. This is my target. This 200-day moving average right here is my target line for a drop. I feel if we did fall out, this is where we would hit. Let's go see if we can find that puppy on the 1-day. Hello, 200. Oh, it's above us. Okay. So that doesn't help for support. That's not good. If this does go bearish, that's good. And let's see what we got on the... All right. So any support from a fallout here would be 5,400, then 4,700, 4,800. Now, I'm looking at this. This is an imperfected 9. All right, so this candle right here was not a good turnaround candle. I think I called this out a couple days ago as a tweezer tops. So this came up as a tweezer tops. This was a spinning top right here. This turned into a tweezer tops and then dropped out on us. It was a great trade. It was a good call. We made money on that and we were happy. You know, right now I'm just on this weekly right here. This is not good. This, you know, this is a bearish candle, and it's not engulfing. It doesn't show me a reversal. You know, in fact, it would give me the opposite signal if we were to push up on this candle and turn it into a hanging man candle. It would become extremely bearish is what would happen. So if this did push up and it turned this into a big hanging man candle, you know, it doesn't quite have to look like this, but more like this. There you go, some candle like that. That would be a bearish sign. I really don't know. What I'd like to do is just see more sideways action here for the bulls, is what the bulls can hope for, and some kind of a breakout here after the weekly. Finish this 9 off. The best thing for all of us is to come down here. Let's just get this over with. Come on down, kiss this, kiss the 100-day, and then let's take a nice bounce. That's still what my plan is. You know, and I'm watching this right here. I'm telling you, this is going to be a drastic drop. This is going to be a drastic drop right here on the weekly chart. What are we at right now? We're at 6 UTC on Saturday. So when this closes, it will be the end of, I believe it'll be the end of the week. So I hope this is the end of the week right here in 18 hours. Is that correct? Or is this, yeah, this should close out in 18 hours. So we'll see. Let's keep an eye on this. All right, let's watch for the weekly close. So I'm going to print this up. And yeah, let me go back over here. I'm going to keep track of these charts for the members in the members area. And go on it's easier for me to go back and explain my thoughts. And oh, that didn't work. So I'm gonna put a quick Elliott count on this. I hate doing this. So A, B, C, D, E. There we go. And we're gonna title this there we go. And we'll save that one. How about that? All right, and we got that out of the way. Now let's go over and take a look at the bubble charts. So I'm gonna get this out of here. So I was originally looking at this bubble chart. Listen, I have really had very little time. I've been moving like crazy. The wife has just been beating me viciously too, I might add. And I just want to kind of point out where we're at and kind of what's going on. So we are all the way over here. I was just looking at this. I was bringing this across and I was seeing... I was just trying to kind of see what else had happened down here. So you see right here we had a bounce. So we did have a bounce right there. Not very similar. We did have a bounce above it. I had the bounce right here. I mean, none of these are... You know, I'm just, oops, sorry, apologize. There we go, there we go. It's better. Sorry, bubble charts on 12 hours. All right, so we came down, touched right here. So you can see we had a touch here with a bounce. This was a nice run. This is actually a great run right here. Then we bounced a, get rid of this line. So we had the bounce here. We came up. We got a rejection. We actually had a couple rejections right here. I'm going to just highlight this. A little bit of a red area. So you know, here's what I am seeing when I look at this, right? What I see is we had a really good spike in the RSI. This is a great, you know, this is a really good run up on the RSI. But then when you look at the price action associated with the RSI, it's just there's no movement. I mean, you've had a pretty substantial run right there. And to just give you an idea, you know, I mean, this run from here, the 5,700 to 6,300. This is a nice little run right here. You know, this is a good run. And you see that, you know, most of this came off this bounce. I mean, from here to there. This was you know, it's a decent bounce, but you also got a really good run. Here we've gone up almost 3/4 of this run, right? But the price action is almost the same. You know, we barely moved price-wise, right? We went from 6,081, let's just call it 6,100 to, we're sitting at 6,300, right? Even, you know, let's just call it 6,300. Right? So this is not a very substantial, you know, you got a $200 move basically in here with this big RSI jump. And here you had you know, a good move, a good size move. I'd say this is 3/4 of this size. But you had a, you know, 5,700 to 6,400 move, which is a great. I mean, this is a great bounce. It's a great catch. Lots of money was made on that bounce. And I just don't see, there's just no strength. This is I'm looking for this just to get up into this range up here and fall out again. You know, I'm looking for this to get up in this range and fall out. We have had a bunch of good news. You know, there's the ETF stuff. People have been spreading some really good news about all the ETF stuff. I mean, I've been watching it. I see it. Do I feel confident about it? I don't know yet. I just don't know. You know, this is all this bubble chart's telling me is this says bearish divergence to me. Okay, price action is not moving. RSI is rising, which sets us up for a deep fall. We need to, in order to go bullish on this chart, we need to get over 50 RSI, which is right here. In order to turn bullish on this, we've talked about July over and over and over again. And I'm just, you know, I see a lot of bullish charts out there, a lot of bullish charts. And I guess I'm possibly going to be wrong. I mean, I'm possibly going to be wrong. I just don't see this as an 8K run right now. You know, I could be wrong though. All right, so that's really all I see on this chart right here. Let's go back over. We're going to take a look at, ooh, it's really down there. All right, here's our daily chart. You know, I was watching this death cross. Sure enough, came in. I feel this would have been this is a pretty good candle right here. This should have had some more strength. I think it was knocked down by the death cross. I think once again you've got the setup on the daily with this just absolutely picture perfect stairway. I mean, you just couldn't ask for anything more. It's pretty darn incredible to look at that thing. I'm gonna scoot this over. Slide that, and there we go. Lock that back up. So we're still we're right under the Kryptonite zone. So the actual Kryptonite zone's parked up here, 6450. There's a lot of resistance. So 6400. If you remember, I did that little drawing on that other one. So I kind of see right here, I want to get, 6400. I can see us putting up into this zone right here. And that would be crashing into these MAs. You've also got the Kryptonite zone right above you, and then just tanking out. This is just a picture perfect rising wedge. I want to go back and kind of compare this to what happened over in April. You had 2 candles, but you just didn't have this kind of action. I mean, this is 4 days of just near perfection of lining up there. 4 days of perfect touches on a moving average right there. So let's bring that down. Last bubble chart. Let's go peek at this one. So what do we got here? There you've got a possible turn running right here. You've got this hooking around. This is trying to make the turn. I pointed out, I mean, this is the bounce area. We've called it. If this is going to bounce, it's going to bounce in here. We've called this for a while. These are bounce zones, though. These are not runs. I'm not expecting this massive. This is why I'm 8,000 points. I'm having a challenge with that simply because we're in here. We're in these bounce zones, and let's just take a peek here. Let's look at what happened last time. It's bounced off these particular zone. Where? A little one right there. So here you see the last time it came down. You can see how this came down just like this, scoop. Look, here it is again, comes down, scoops, yeah, and then just fails, right? And that was, when was that? That was February. That's February. Yeah, February's kind of awesome, ugly. But look at this, we came right down, we went right into one of the green gold zones, and we just made a ton of money on that run up. So I'd like to see something like that occur again. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, right? So there we go. We come down. I still see this right here. Now, this was a nice little bump. Look at this thing. This was a really nice bump. Let's throw a, let me take a look. That looks like about a 700 point bounce. So, holy verjeezers. That there's a bounce, boys and girls. Wow, 1,500 points. Holy cow. That was a bounce. That was look at this. So we've almost done the same thing, but this was a 1,500 point bounce. What have we bounced over here? All right, hold on a second. Just for giggles. Just for giggles. Oh, you know what? I mean, we've bounced. I just want to make sure we're apples to apples here, okay? Yep, yeah, that's it. That's true. That's right. Okay. All right, let me come over here. My price tool. All right, so we bounced so far a whopping $231, okay, or points. So we've bounced a whopping 231 points. So we bounced a whopping 231 points with almost the same action. Unbelievable. This just shows you the market strength that we had previously. And I bet if we brought the volume up on here, I bet if we pulled volume up here, let's see here. All right, so let's see what the volume, oh yeah, look at, so here's the volume. It's hard to see in here, I know. I realize there's a lot going on with my charts, but let's pull this off. There we go. So during this little tiny divot right here, I mean, our volume was, you know, it was all green, just all massive green volume, but it was way, way up there, right? This little divot, I mean, we are, you know, I don't want to say a fraction, but it is substantially smaller. I'd say we're what? Yeah, we're less than. I would say we're a third. Our volume is a third today of what it was back then. Right, because this volume line is right here. It is these. There's the top of it right there. So that would be right at the top of this orange line right here. So you've got a substantial amount of volume that's just not in the marketplace. I mean, I can't even imagine what the market cap was back then, but it had to have been drastically more. All right, take that off there. So that's it. I mean, I see historically this is just not there. I see that's there. I wish I had some better news for everybody. You know, I know everybody's looking to go bullish and thinking we're going to get a bounce. I've taken a look at some people's charts. I just not feeling it. You know, I really, there's only a couple people's charts I'll go out and look at. Some people I like to go out and look at their charts just so I get a giggle. There are some people who post some really funny charts. Let's look at one more. Let's look at one more chart. I want to take a look at Litecoin. Kind of same thing, symmetrical triangle here. So you've got a symmetrical triangle on Litecoin. This daily candle just did nothing for me. This daily candle didn't say anything. Let's take a look at the 3-day candle on Litecoin. Looks like a rising wedge. Looks bearish. And this looks bearish to me. I think this will possibly fall out before. See, I don't see the rising. I don't see the ascending triangle here like I do over on BTC. I just don't see it. Let's try to take this down to a daily. See if we can get a better look. Yeah, I mean, there it is. You know, you can kind of make out some kind of. It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to pull an ascending triangle out of this pattern right here. I see a, you know, I don't really see anything. There's nothing on that gives me a bearish and or bullish bias on any of these charts here. Come on. Come on, Litecoin. Reload up there. There you go. All right, let's pull up the 12-hour. Let me see if I... 12-hour is forming a... This is going to be really hard to turn this into a death cross because this 30 is going to be moving a lot faster, a lot quicker. The 12-hour chart, once again, just the same. It's just a bunch of nothing. This is just a bunch of people just getting wrecked, and that's all this is. I wish I could say this looked extremely bullish and or bearish to make a safe trade out of here. I don't. I don't see this going. I don't see any. I don't have any bias right now at all. I don't see any bearish and or any bullish trade that I could do for a setup either on Bitcoin or on Litecoin. Let's take a look over here on EOS. I'm still sitting in that trade in EOS. I've been in this short for EOS for forever right now. And looks like a rising wedge on the 3-day. All right, let's take a look at the daily chart. You know, there's just no easy gimme right here. Look at it. This is the same. Look at EOS. EOS is doing the exact same thing. with this 4-day ticker, this perfect rising wedge setup, which is just really awkward. Where else has that happened? I'm just want to see. Here's the inverse of it. Look at this. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. These all drop down perfectly on that falling wedge, and then it just decided to head up to Christmas Island. And it went on a big party. You know, I go back, and it's just kind of hard to find 4 days of just that kind of perfect movement right there. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Now, you are about to finish out a 9. Tomorrow would be a red 9, possibly, if this doesn't come up a little bit more and or even break out. You would flip it to a 1. I would count this 1, 2, 3. That would be a 4 tomorrow. We're going to take a look at the 12-hour EOS. EOS 12-hour. Bearish-ish cross here on the 12-hour we could see. See something. Let's go down to the 6-hour. I don't have any long trades on the scalper on the 6-hour. Let's go down to the 1-hour. Nope, nothing. Nothing. You know, had 2 good calls. One call that got short snapped. One good trade. Another really good trade. Short that got short snapped. But that's about it. I mean, there's just no... You know, this was really the trade to be in it on EOS, where the scalper called this one. That was just such a home run trade. You would have made a ton of money on that one. Ethereum. 6-hour nothing. 12-hour nothing. Yeah, I just, you know, there's nothing right now that has me bullish and or bearish on any of these charts, on anything. You know, there's just nothing. None of these. Oh, let's go check out our longs. Longs and shorts. Nope, nothing. Just nothing right there. Not in the oversold on the longs. I mean, overbought. Looks good. It doesn't look like there's a danger of a short squeeze going. You know, the only thing I see is this, you know, you've got a symmetrical triangle set up on the 6-hour, and then you've got that, you've got the big, you got the death cross on your weekly, right? But I mean, I see nothing that makes me neither bullish nor bearish here that would make me want to, you know, jump in and pull some kind of a trade. I just don't see anything. Right? I mean, I could probably just leave up, you know, this chart right here. Hold on a second. Let me get this out. You know, I mean, this is really just, you know, all I can see right here. Where did that clean chart go? Damn it. What did I do with that clean chart? Nope. Hate that when they just disappear like that. Damn it. Nope. Is this it? Yeah, I mean, that's really, I really have no bullish and or bearish. I mean, playing this symmetrical triangle, it's easy. You just wait for a breakout, you know? You wait for a breakout to trade. This is all you do. Remember, this is a smaller time frame than what we're looking at in the big picture. So if you're playing this, you just have to remember you're playing this on the big. You're playing this actually on the larger time frame. So you just got to remember that. You got to remember you're playing a short time frame scalp based on this particular long-term trend, which is right here. So if I were to be doing anything right here, I would be doing nothing. I would go out, I'd enjoy the weather. You know, this is just, there's nothing here. There's no easy trade setup here. Right? That's it. I mean, I see this, you know, you're playing the small, you know, this is a small timeline trade. This is scalp trade. You're gonna enter or exit a trade either side of this. It's pretty easy. You know, you break north of this is going to be simple. You know, and this is once again, this is an E wave, and this is just going to come up, and I feel it's going to come up. We're playing inside of this massive ascending wedge. All right.